he has an Urgent Exorcism in his main deck, and I really like that.
Yeah, now, Urgent Exorcism, a lot of people mostly know this as a limited card.
Limited sideboard card.
Yeah, a lot of people. I always liked Urgent Exorcism in my sealed decks, but I feel like the consensus for, and not really in my main deck of my draft decks, but I feel like the consensus for Urgent Exorcism was sideboard card.
Yeah. You know, at the start of the format, I really liked it in the main. I still really liked it sort of in the main, depending on deck. I maybe overvalue things like sensory deprivation, but back to constructed.
We're seeing it here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's exciting, right? Is that this card, which was a kind of card that we would see people thinking that maybe doesn't belong in your sealed deck. We're seeing it here vying for the top 8.
Yeah. So actually, Alex is Grixis control. He's got some Olivias in his deck, some Desperate Ravings, kind of like what a bit less, splashing Ray of Revelation mana base than you'd expect Chapin's decks to have, but just solid Grixis. So Alex is up a game, getting Gitaxian probed on turn 1, revealing Worm Coil, Olivia, Think Twice, Forbidden Alchemy, and 2 lands. Looks like he mulled to 6. Yeah, that foil Worm Coil threw me off because it's the real one, not the pre-release one. Or I guess main pack one. I guess not. They're both real, but.
So one thing to note is that this is a sideboarded game, and so Alex Gonzalez has a ton of potential cards from his board. Whip Flare, Curse of Death's Hold, Batterskull, all are very reasonable cards to bring in.
Oh, there's a Delver from Bernardo here on turn 1 after that Gitaxian Probe. Bernardo has a Dissipate to bring in, a Negate. Let's see, maybe Dungeon Geist if he wants. Oh, Delver flips. Oh, wow. Turn 1 Delver.
Natural flip.
Yep. That is a very rough start to beat. That's, one of the reasons Delver's good. Sometimes you just kill them. We saw that earlier on camera today where the Delver player just kind of turn 1 Delver, flip it, turn 2 Delver, flip it, and that was game.
Alex won game 1, and if you look at his deck list, he has no 1-drop removal. So he basically powered through Bernardo Francesca's deck with pretty much slower removal, I'm guessing. We didn't see that game, obviously, but
maybe Bernardo drew the Drogskull Captain half of his deck and got destroyed by Doomblades. But the Delver side seems pretty good against this listed Grixis without it has 8 of the card draw spells, which are a little clunky, but it has no Tragic Slip, no Galvanic Blast.
Yep. It's
only
going for
3 Doomblades on 2.
Yeah, it's going for traditional stuff, like a
and
slower.
A go for the throat.
But what he does have, like we said, we're in the sideboard games now. He's got so many removal spells. I bet you he's just going to be able to tear up Bernardo in these 2 games of sideboarded Magic.
So Bernardo ponders, crashes in for 3.
Says go. I see a Whip Flare in Alex Gonzalez's hand.
But he doesn't have the red source. Bernardo still just beating him with his flip Delver.
Oh, look at that. That was a very frustrated, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. 3 mana.
I think we're going to see a Mana Leak or a Think Twice here.
Lingering Souls. Let's see if...
I think he lets it resolve and then hopes to find the red source. Think Twice.
Yep. Let's see, he has 4 Sulphur Falls, 4 Blackleaf Cliffs, and a Dragon Skull Summit. That is not a red source.
Oh, man. Bernardo, if he has any kind of counterspell in his hand, is in really great shape after this untap.
Yeah. He even has the black to flashback the Lingering Souls. Let's see. Draws a card. 5
Bashes
power.
in for 5.
Maybe more. Let's see if he plays a Drogskull Captain. I don't think he would, but nope, just 5. Alex dropping to 9 life here.
You might not have heard the quotation marks around just there, but
yes.
Here we go. 2 more mana. Are we going to see Lingering Souls flashback? I don't know that you do it. I mean, it doesn't increase your clock in any way. It's still 2 turns to kill Alex.
It puts you in a better position if he kills Delver, though. End of turn Forbidden Alchemy for Alex. Digging for a way to cast this Whip Flare in his hand, facing down 7 power at 9 life, but Bernardo still has 2 mana up, ready to counter any sweeper. Potentially, if he has
Potentially,
one in hand.
yeah. I mean, what does he do? It looks like Alchemy something.
Alchemy, Doomblade, Mana Leak looks like got binned.
We see a red source in...
Mana Leak, Doomblade,
what do we got
Alchemy,
there?
And a tapped Dragon Skull Summit. End of turn Snapcaster for lethal. see, does
Now you got to Doomblade that.
Mana Leak that
That works.
Snapcaster Mage?
That works.
Now,
Now
if
a
that Red Source
Drog.
had come in untapped, you would have had Whip Flare with Mana Leak up, and
Yep.
that would have been very devastating.
Now Drog Skull can still win this one.
Yep,
Right. I mean,
Drog
this turn.
Let's see, pondering away.
Can I find a captain? Is there a captain in the house?
And even, he's used a Mana Leak. There's one in his graveyard. I, at this point, could have reasonably assumed that a Counterspell's probably lethal, too. It looks like, I think Bernardo had another Lingering Souls in hand, too, so he's very far ahead this game, and we might just be quickly going on to game 3 here. Oh, he has another, is that a, let's see, that was the shuffle. Looks like he was debating keeping a Snapcaster to me. But, I don't know, I kind of like Snapcaster here, but we'll see. Shuffling continuously. So glad the fetch lines are no longer in the format.
Hey, there's a Wilds.
Yeah, but that's not like the same. You do it during your opponent's turn, shortcut, you get to save time. Drawing a card.
What's he got? He's in good shape regardless, but
Yeah.
Is it just over?
Nope.
Nope. Go to
Alex
2.
Dropping to 2. Facing down 4 Spirits and a Delver. So this Whip Flare is going to try to come down. Bernardo adding a 4th land to his board.
We're going to see Whip Flare plus counter is what Alex needs.
Yeah. He has 3 mana up now, could have a Dissipate. Well,
So he
if
can actually
Bernardo
go-
doesn't have a counterspell, a Mana Leak actually isn't enough here
Yep.
for Bernardo. And that's the board getting swept away by that Whip Flare.
Alex still at 2, and if you're correct and there's a Lingering Souls in Bernardo's hand, he just has lethal to threaten again unless Alex stops him.
And then again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe if Alex has a Dissipate, this could get very interesting.
And
Oh,
he says
nothing.
go. Oh my goodness.
It could have been a Midnight Haunting I saw. That might have been it.
There are Midnight Hauntings in this deck.
Yeah. That's something different from the Finkel list, I guess. Trying to remember what they had instead.
They did not have that.
Alex drops a Drownyard. Looking at Bernardo's graveyard. Tapping 6. Worm Coil Engine. Midnight Haunting for the game.
There we go. And the difference between the two lists, in game 1, Bernardo has Midnight Haunting, where Finkel has 2 Mana Leaks. And then the other difference is 1 Urgent Exorcism over 1 Revoke Existence as main deck differences. Otherwise, it's roughly the same list.
So you want to look at the sideboards a little more?
Yeah. I still think what we're going to see from Alex Gonzalez. Alex, I think, is going to bring in 4 Whip Flare, 2 Curse of Deathhold, 2 Batterskull, stop. And I think that's where he goes.
Does he even want Curse against the Drogskull Captain deck?
I think so. I mean, because you're talking about a deck that still has Moorland Haunt, Lingering Souls, Midnight Haunting, and the only way that the Drogskull Captain, those Curse of Deathhold only isn't great
If they have the captain?
if they've got the captain, and it's
That's
still
fair.
good.
That is very fair. Let's see. Wants Curse, Whip Flares, maybe Batterskulls. Probably boarding out Dissipate. It seems a little clunky.
I mean, I feel like I don't like how Alex looks like he sideboarded his list. I'm not excited about seeing. It looked like we saw 3 Forbidden Alchemies. He alchemied and binned, I think, 2 alchemies. That means
he has 27 lands. I think you can cut Think Twice as an Alchemist here.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that what you want to do is just be blowing up the board every turn, blowing up creatures every turn. He's got 4 Snapcaster Mages, so he can do a Whip Flare a second time, do a Doomblade, and a Go for the Throw the second time.
Yeah. It seems really weird to be boarding these cards out, but you need to be doing so many things against this deck that you may not have a chance to play a Think Twice. You'd be like, I like Alchemy, because it gives you a bit more action than a Think Twice, but you still have Desperate Ravings, you still have other means of recouping card advantage. Also this Karn is probably
Karn has got to go
a little bit too big, dreaming too big.
Karn would be a sad card to see in your deck, but you might keep it in as a one of it to answer Moorland Haunt if there didn't exist a card called Curse of Deathhold, which does it. So on the other side of the table, Bernardo, he, I think, will bring in 1 Dissipate and 1 Negate, and then after that, I'm not sure what else he decides to go with.
I would... Well, those are definitely better than Divine Offering and Urgent Exorcism, I feel. This Gut Shot has to go. I would rather have a Dungeon Geist or a Phantasmal Image.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
The 4th image lets you level up your Drogskull Captain much faster, which is very important, I feel, in this matchup. You know, keeps him out of whip flare range, keeps him out of spot removal range. The image also is very good against Olivia and Wormcoil Engine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And those, because you can't see the list, the threats that Alex's deck has are Olivia, Grave Titan, and Wormcoil Engine.
Yeah.
So.
Now, obviously, Alex did not board like we're suggesting because he had a bunch of cards in there that we think he shouldn't.
He may have only had a couple Think Twice. Who knows? He also... I like Alchemy over Think Twice, though. Let's see. Alex is on the play. It looks like his hand...
I see a Whip Flare.
Bernardo's hand... He still has this Divine Offering. I don't... It kills a Batterskull? Maybe he lost a Batterskull?
Oh, that could be. It could be. And we were advocating for Batterskull. Sure. He saw a Wormcoil Engine.
I don't know about that. I think Vapor Snacks are better out there. I guess you could have cut Vapor Snacks, too. Alex matches Dark Slick Shores with Bernardo.
We see a negate in that 3 cards. And he keeps it on the top 3.
Yeah.
We see Alex goes here for 2 land. I think I see a Mana Leak in Alex's hand. I'm not 100% sure of that, though.
Yeah.
We see a Gataxian Probe. Let's see the hand. What do you got?
Black Sun Zenith, Whip Flare, Think Twice, 2 mana. Is it a Mana Leak and a Mana Leak?
I think it's 2 Mana Leaks.
And a Drowned Catacombs. No red mana. Yep, that is double Mana Leak right there.
Now, how many red mana does he run? He runs, I see
9.
8. 9 red mana. That's not very many, honestly.
That seems a little short to me. Especially if you're leaning on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe he boarded out Desperate Ravings as the card he boarded out. Think Twice might be better than Desperate Ravings if you can't reliably cast it.
I actually think Twice is more, not more powerful, better for you than Desperate Ravings in this deck because you actually, in terms of this matchup, you actually have specific cards you want. Like losing the wrong card is just so devastating.
Yeah, but that's really a superficial kind of loss.
Oh, that's not superficial. I mean, when there are specific cards that matter, it's not like he's just looking for some card. He has specific cards he cares about.
It's...
I mean, if we're talking about
really
boarding out Think Twice.
I really don't like that argument against Ravings. So both players on 3 mana now. Looks like Bernardo's debating his place. But on the subject of that, I really think that I would rather... Drawing more cards to get to my answer is more important with Desperate Ravings. If you have the cards you want in your hand, you don't Desperate Ravings because you don't need it.
That's not an... That argument has been put forth for a long time, and the more I see the control decks play with it, the less I agree with it.
Fair enough. Alex flashes back to Think Twice on end of turn. Looks like he drew a black Cleave Cliffs to get some red mana for this Whip Flare. Bernardo probably representing Midnight Haunting. Yep.
There's the Haunting.
There's the Mana Leak. And,
happy
Alex
to do that one.
No,
Alex is in great shape.
Yeah, he looks like he's in full control of this game as of now.
Look at that. He's even got a little bit of a smile.
Yeah.
Or a grimace. I don't know what that was. I think it was a smile.
Looks pretty happy. The only thing here Bernardo could have, I feel like, that punished him very heavily is Lingering Souls would be pretty good. Pondering away.
I see another Midnight Haunting, I think. I'm not 100% sure of that. Leaves it all there. Draws a card.
Let's see. Does he have a 4th land so he can cast something here? You know, that's one of the things about this Spirit build is that it is so heavy on 3 drops. Yeah, just look at the difference in expressions. Alex was so happy and Bernardo's just very intensely concentrated. Yep, Lingering Souls. Alex debating whether he wants to leak that or not.
He's checking your graveyard and he's letting it happen.
Maybe saving the Mana Leak for a bigger threat.
Curse of Death's Hold would be pretty awesome right now.
He has the Swamp, but he does not have a Curse of Death's Hold, it appears. Swamp in hand, Whip Flare, Mana Leak, Island. What's the last card? Was it something that he revealed to the Pro? There's we'll see. There's another Probe.
Another Probe. Whip Flare.
Doomblade.
Swamp, Island, Mana Leak, Doomblade, and what's the card in the middle there?
It's Doomblade and Black Sun Zenith. That was,
there we go.
He revealed
there
it to the first.
Yep.
2 sweepers, spot removal, Mana Leak. Pretty good draw right here. Bernardo does not have. He doesn't have any creatures in graveyard for this Merlin.
No, he has no creatures in graveyard. Just that Lingering Souls waiting for a use.
Yep. Draws off his Pro.
In for 2. Alex is fine with that at this point.
First Blood. Let's see here. Yeah, he's just really digging for a curse right now, because curse would just lock this game up. Like, he even has the other sweepers to back it up to prevent a Drogsoul Captain from getting there.
Now, Bernardo knows that there is a pair of sweepers that he's facing down, but he actually does not have a very fast clock unless he flashes that back, and he has to draw it out.
Yeah.
I mean, those sweepers are there are two of them. They're going to be there.
Yeah, he's got to do something to expose them. And he traded the Lingering Souls for two damage and a card. You know, 1 for 1, take 2, sure. That's acceptable.
We see a Whip Flare here.
Is there a negate coming down?
I believe that Bernardo has one.
Maybe debating on this negate if he wants to. Yep,
there it
there's
is.
And Alex
Mana Leaks
takes out the board. Bernardo's going to probably end of turn Evolving Wilds.
Land, go. Go for the throat. Still in Alex's hand.
Was it go for the throat or a Doomblade?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one. I forget.
Yeah.
I think it was.
They're interchangeable. There's no artifact creatures in this matchup. Standard everyday terror. I mean, Doomblades. Back in time for when you had the option of choosing, or before you had the option of choosing whether you wanted to miss on artifacts or black creatures. Bernardo fetches up an island, bringing him to 5 lands in play, one of which is a Merlin Haunt, but no pressure. Looks like, does he have a Snapcaster Mage in hand? That'd be really good with this Merlin Haunt and Midnight Haunting. Draws for his turn. Let's see here. Alex with 6 lands in play and a Black Sun Zenith and some kind of 1 black spot removal in hand, ready to go. Bernardo's up on cards, but Alex has a lot of cards that immediately win the game, while Bernardo doesn't really have any. Lingering Souls. And is it a flashback too? No, that's a pass the turn.
And he knows there's another sweep spell in there still, and he has to keep something on the table.
Looks like another Doomblade was the draw for the turn.
And did I say Alex, did he just give a nudge for the go?
Yep, that's a pass the turn. He doesn't even have an Nephalia drawn here to take advantage of this sort of grinding game. Though he'd be targeting himself here, trying to hit Forbidden Alchemy.
Magic players, that is time of the round. Active player finish your turn, then proceed to 5 additional turns.
Down to a big 16.
And there's a time extension on this match, but time in the full round was just called.
Another Gitaxian Probe.
Let's see here. What's he got?
Black Sun Zenith, Mana, Doom.
One of those might be go for the throat, but yeah, completely interchangeable.
We'll just call them... Yep.
Doomblade is what it is. There we go. Yeah, so 2 kill spells, 2 Zeniths.
Or 1 Zenith, right? Or is it...
Oh yeah, 2 kill spells, a Zenith, and a land. They have 8 minutes on the clock right now. So let's see if Bernardo gets there, or if he finds an Olivia, this game just ends almost immediately. Yeah, Olivia is just absolutely devastating. I don't think Bernardo... He has Celestial Purge, but I don't think he boarded that in. He has no other outs in his deck to a Resolved Olivia, and he only has Mana Leak to counter it. Vapor Snag, but that's very temporary.
He says go. He does not want to have all of his tokens die to Black Sun Zenith.
That looks like a Batter Skull was just drawn, and that is exactly what Alex needed to close that game out.
1, 2, 3...
4?
4, 5.
Drop a Batter Skull.
Batter Skull.
It's kind of funny that because of all this Phyrexia mana, Bernardo is actually lower on life than Alex.
A Snapcaster for negate would be excellent here,
Yeah.
but even if he does... Oh, boy.
There's a Divine Offering, but there's 3 mana up. Maybe he's going to try and...
Pick it up.
Yep, right back to hand. That interaction does not end well. I might have tried to wait and see if I could bait Mana Tap on my turn.
What kind of Pokemon was that?
Slowpoke.
Thank you. I knew you would know which one that was.
That was my era, okay?
And in for 2 to tie the score up for 14-14 unless something exciting happens.
Yeah, Bernardo's got a lot of cards in hand, but I don't know what he's going to do against this Black Sun Zenith and Batter Skull. He needs another negate. He has 1 negate in his 75. He needs a Snapcaster Mage. That's what he needs.
Out of curiosity, what's the bigger form of Slowpoke?
There's 2. There might be more now.
Okay, and 5 mana. We might see a repeat. Is it? There's the Batterskull. And I think he says okay.
I think when you put Batterskull on Batterskull, it's Slow Grow or Slow King. Your choice.
We see a Germ this time. No Slowpoke.
Oh, how disappointing. Let's see.
End of the turn. What are we gonna see? Snappy. Wow. I would have liked a Snappy negate there.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems.
I would have way preferred a Snappy negate.
To use one turn. Yeah, I just need to get that Batterskull out of there. Can't just keep trying to tempo. Maybe he has enough Vapor Snags that he thinks he can eat Alex's turns forever. That could be what he's trying to do. But unless he has other answers, I mean, don't know.
He still has a negate in his yard now, so he could snap negate the Black Sun Zenith that comes out later. And he spends mana this time. He's a little bit tired of losing life. And he sees
Doomblade, Zenith, Batterskull.
Oh, what a hand.
All of the kill
What
spells.
a monstrous hand.
Ooh. That is... It's going to be fun to fight through. And by fun, I mean not fun at all. Draws off.
Draws. I think that was a Lingering Souls, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was. As far as I can tell.
In for 4, go to 10.
Yeah. Alex might need to start considering a sweeper here, but he can sort of play this Batterskull without fear because the Divine Offering's gone. Maybe he could feel afraid of one from hand, but
Lingering Souls. This really makes it a good potential idea to Black Suns.
It's even Black Suns for one, so we can just cast the Batterskull after if he doesn't mind losing it to Mana Leak. But
Drown Yard.
Ooh.
That was actually a really good pull for Alex.
Yes. Just more lands. He needs just more lands, has all the threats, all the mana. Tapping a red instead of this Drown Yard.
Gives
so
him Black Suns for 1.
Yep.
And it works.
Packs in the board. I feel like the Spirit deck has so many lines. Just like looking at every turn. There's like a lot of Lingering Souls gives you just a lot of play.
Alex comes back with Batterskull afterwards, 5 mana.
I don't like running that into a potential Mana Leak, but...
And he makes a 1/1.
Oh. Yeah, because there was no point in this game where Mana Leak... There's been a few turns where Mana Leak was just dead at every point. I guess the turn with Divine Offering, you could have leaked it, tapped the mana, then offering it. So, I guess only 2 turns to draw the Mana Leak. That seems correct. Let's see if this token can get there. Does he have Vapor Snag? Because Vapor Snag is exactly what he needs to just sort of keep up the tempo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dungeon Geist would also be nice.
I think we're going to see a Drogskull Captain.
I think Dungeon Geist would force the issue on this next Black Sun.
I think Dungeon Geist would be great, but I don't think he has it.
Yeah. Maybe he boarded them out for this matchup. I think the card's just fine as a creature. But...
Flash is back, Lingering Souls.
Does he just not have an answer for this Batterskull?
Oh, boy.
Ooh, this...
Wow.
He has a stacked hand, he's just not going to cast it in the Green Suns either.
Whip Flare. Now he has in his hand Whip Flare, 2 different kinds of terrors, maybe the same kind, I can't remember what we've said, and a Black Sun Zenith.
That looks like a Celestial Purge for the Germ token in Bernardo's hand.
Yikes. It's kind of gross.
Whip Flare down the tokens. Okay. No more creatures in graveyard.
And there they go.
And he can rearrange the graveyard in this format. Purge down the Germ.
Purge.
He has had a lot of answers. Maybe he could have just been playing this game for the idea that he just wants to eat all of Alex's mana every turn instead of just negating that Batterskull.
Says go.
See, he has 7 mana up. Ooh. Well, it's Bernardo. He has to do something. Maybe he extends probably extends Phantasmal Image, Drogskull Captain to try and... oh, that's not even good. That's actually really bad. Gets killed in response to the image, so... They're under a minute left in time.
Wow, they're going to draw.
They very likely could draw. So this is Drogskull Lingering Souls.
And that's going to just eat up a Black Suns.
Yeah.
Alex mills himself. Gets a Forbidden Alchemy into his yard.
It almost seems at this point, going through the mechanics of milling yourself isn't worth it. Just wait. I mean, maybe he thought he had time and it's just going to end on his turn.
Black Sun's in for 2. He's got to shuffle that in. Cast Batterskull. Says go. I'm going to be willing to bet that Bernardo is going to be turn 0.
Yeah, turn 0?
Maybe turn 1 even.
Yeah, I was assuming turn 1.
I could be wrong. Slowpoke. How ironic.
I like where that's going. Let's see. 3. Image, or captain. Now that he's tapped out, he can image the captain without fear of being Doombladed. It's possible that
Land, go.
I think Alex's rush to get this Batterskull in might be an issue. He could have just left up Doomblade mana for that. Playing for the win instead of the draw. I think Batterskull just gets in there. Just no fear.
You are my friend, Batterskull. Go on in.
Does Alex have 3 back for this Merlin Haunt? Or that's an Evolving Wilds. The Merlin Haunt looks tapped. It looks like he was 1 short of being able to make a Spirit on end step for 8 power. Or 9 power.
9 power.
Yeah. This is some good beats. Just passes with, it looks like, Forbidden Alchemy up. Let's see here. I wonder if these players can finish in time.
I don't think it's going to happen. What is the evolved Slowpoke?
Slowbro? Or Slow King? There might be a third.
It's awesome that you know that.
Yeah.
In they come, 6 in the air.
Goes to 7 to 10 are life totals.
Says go. End
I
of the
know what turn
turn.
of time this is.
We're going to see a Forbidden Alchemy. And there are no, for any of you wondering out there in the world, there are no fireballs of any kind for Alex Gonzalez.
He could, like Olivia probably is
I don't.
pretty.
I just don't know how many turns he has.
Yeah.
You know.
He has a Snapcaster in hand. Yeah. Let's see. Snapcaster could flash in, get some damage in. It's actually relevant. The clock is exactly such that the Snapcaster ramps it up a turn. Though Bernardo does have the Merlin Haunt up now to make it 3/3. Looks like Alex is thinking about whether he wants to EOT the Snapcaster or not. I feel like I don't think the Snapcaster does something right here against the instant speed 3/3. Alex isn't dead next turn, but he's dead in 2 to this clock.
If there's even 2 turns. We are in extra turns. I'm just not sure what extra turn we're on right now.
Yeah. Okay. What does he want to draw here? Draws not Black Leafless. That is not what he wanted. Slowpoke gets in there. Life totals go to 11 to 6, it looks like. One thing he can do is gain 2 extra life with the Snapcaster. Takes 9. Yeah, nope. Still taking 1,000,000 from Merlin Haunt tokens. Alex is going to be turn 3 his next turn. So it looks like they may have had a little more time than we thought. So
okay.
Alex might have been turn 1. You were right about it being. Oh, this is turn 4 now.
Wow. He can come in for. That's potentially lethal if there's nothing that happens.
No, Alex gained 4 last turn.
Oh, okay. So Alex is at 11. There we go.
He needs a Drogskull Captain or Phantasmal Image.
I don't think he has it.
Not the way he's been playing this. Looks like he's just going to hold back, not die, go for the draw. Skimming his graveyard, seeing if there's anything that he can do. I don't know. I think he definitely should have negated off the Snapcaster.
Oh, yeah. I think that was a really, really crucial turn that the game changed over for Bernardo.
Yeah, he had exactly 4 up, so it wasn't like he was playing around Mana Leak or anything. Correct? If I remember this right.
You're correct.
Looks like they're trying to figure out if one of them would like to scoop, because this could mean top 8 or nothing for them.
Yep. double nothing or one of them top 8. Now remember, if you're in a position like this, it's okay if one of you concedes. It is not okay to make an offer of some kind so that someone concedes.
Correct. Bernardo's probably arguing, I have all these guys, and Alex is just like, well, I have double Snapcaster Whip Flare in my hand, so I think that you're dead. I think Alex, given infinite turns, would win this game.
But you know...
Alex looks absolutely incredulous here. This is... You know, there's moments like this where I almost wish we had audio to just sort of patch in and hear what's up. But, draws a Think Twice.
Come on, man, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, this is the I got you. No, I got you. This little dance that always occurs in these matches. I mean, I remember watching matches like this. Yeah, Alex wants Bernardo to concede. They're talking about it. No one knows what's going to happen yet. Yeah. In other news, Patrick Chapin, Star City Games premium writer, is now 8-0 at Grand Prix Baltimore, for those of you who are not seeing that coverage.
If you remember, there's a famous moment with Osip where Osip was in this very position with someone, and I forget for what, if it was top 8 or if it was day 2. I think it might have been day 2 of a Grand Prix. And his opponent was like, yeah, I know you always believe someone should concede, and I'm not going to.
Oh.
And Osip was fumed a little bit and then conceded and walked off.
Well, I think at that point you just got leveled. Like, I think at that point that guy just has your number and there's nothing you can do. You just got to be like, okay, good beats. No, it's just a very awkward situation to be in. And like, I honestly say I cannot remember getting into an unintentional draw position in years. Like the last one I remember, I was playing like. I think Wirewood Symbiote and Glimpse of Nature were still legal and extended. Was the last time I got an unintentional draw in a match, but.
I got an unintentional draw in a match at a PTQ 3 weeks ago. Uh-huh. The first time I've gone to time in a very, very long time. Yeah. And it was like round 4. Mm-hmm. And essentially, I think that the way that it played out, we both knew we were going to have bad tiebreakers.
No concessions.
No concessions
that is
here.
A draw out of top 8 for both of them,
real sad draw.
Yeah.
Neither of them willing to play any differently in this game of chicken.
Yeah.
And so both they go off the cliff.
Yeah.
But I mean,